Hello and welcome back to Healthy Spouse, Healthy House. My name is Tony and my channel focuses on health, wellness, and relationships. I'm in the middle of my mental and emotional health story time, and I'm going to pick up right where I left off. And again, you are here in my living room. I'm inviting you here so that you can come and experience this mental and emotional health story time with me. Grab a snack, grab something to drink. Let's continue on with the story. So where I left off at is in 2014, I go on to have my daughter, have my third child, and I am, there were things surrounding even that. I I give birth to her, and I find out that she has a bacterial infection, and so she has to stay at the hospital for a week and while I was discharged to go home. And that was crazy in itself. And so as so she's at the hospital and I'm at home, but my husband and I were continuously going up there every day until she's discharged also. We're going up there every day because at this time I'm nursing her, and I'm pumping and everything, and so and plus I wanted to be with my baby, and he wanted to be with our baby. And so, but we also had our two little ones at home too, and I thank God for my mom who was always there to just take them on, especially during that time. So so after all of that, and then we finally get our baby home after a week, and we're just trying to settle in, and figure out how life is going to be now with three small children at that, and we're just going through the motions of life. Not even a month after I had gotten her home, we get another call. This call tells us that my uncle just passed away. It was unexpected, y'all. It was unexpected. And if you saw my mom's reaction to the news, I can't even explain that. I still remember where we were when we got that news, and people actually asked, was she okay? Was there anything that they could do? And I think she was just trying to come to grips with it, and I was just trying to console her, all the while trying to deal with it myself. So right after having my daughter, my uncle did not even get to see her. He passes away unexpectedly. And now we're dealing with that. So all of these things are happening within my family, and we're all grieving together, still all the while trying to be there for each other, even though we're dealing with whatever emotions and things that we have going on at that point in time. So also at this point in time, I have to go back to work. My 6 weeks are up, and I have to go back to work, and that's something that I did not have to do before either. So I would usually take time off after having a baby to be with the baby for about a year, so that I can just concentrate on that. That was something that my husband and we did. But during this time, the finances were, we felt like I had to go back to work, and so that's what I did. So I went back to work 6 weeks after having my baby, and experiencing the death of my uncle. And so this is the fourth close family member that passed away within those 2 years. And I'm dealing with these things the best way that I know how, which was not good. Uh, so I'm off at work now, and there are things that are going on at work. There are things that are going on professionally at work. And because I'm back now and I want to breastfeed my baby, there were certain provisions that had to be made for me. And I was either the first or one of the first people to decide to do that during that time. And so, when you're the first, there things get tried on you, and you don't know. And so I'm pumping in different places as we're trying to figure out which place is best, and what place is available. So there was no select place for me to pump. And then, because of the kind of work that I did, and I worked with children, there were a lot of things surrounding that, because then I had to find someone to then take on my children. I couldn't leave my post. I couldn't leave the children. And so I had to find people, and sometimes give all of my children to someone or disperse them until I was done pumping, then come back and collect them. And so that was an issue. And then I had employees, that weren't, they did not like that so much. They didn't, and that's understandable, but they didn't like that so much. And I had somebody actually ask me, why are you choosing to breastfeed? Why can't you just give that baby a bottle? Why can't you just give that baby formula? And I remember thinking, this is my friend. And I was like, wouldn't you want me to do the best thing, or the thing that I feel is best for my baby, no matter how you may feel about it? And so I was getting pushback a lot on that at work. Not to mention working with children, especially little ones, can be, especially for me, it's already stressful at times, because there are things that you're teaching them. Those are the first few years of life or whatever. Those are things that there are things that you have to teach them. And so and so I'm dealing with that. And then I had an issue happen at work that caused me not to feel safe at work. So on top of all of those things that I was already feeling, and even the stress of needing and wanting to make sure my baby had enough milk for the next days ahead, on top of all of that, as I'm pumping milk, just being stressed out about all this. Okay, I gotta make sure my kids at work are taken care of. Okay, I gotta make sure I have a place to pump. Okay, I gotta make sure that I'm back in time. Okay, I gotta make sure I have enough milk for my baby. So I'm dealing with all of these things. I'm dealing with at home things. I'm dealing with at work things. I'm dealing with personal things that are just, it's just, it was a lot. And so I'm dealing with all that stuff. And then, like I said, an issue happened to where my personal space was violated during a pumping session. It was deliberately done. And that caused me to have a lot of anxiety and stress, even during pumping times, because at this point in time, I didn't know if it would happen again. Because of how the situation was handled, I was like, if it happened again, it was like, I'm going to have to be the one to do what I feel needed to be done. So at this point in time, there's a whole lot of anxiety and stress that came along with me even going away to a different area in the building, different areas to pump milk for my baby. So there's no wonder that I had an anxiety attack during one of those pumping sessions. There's no wonder that happened during one of those times, because when I look back on it, I think about all the stress and all the anxiety that even came with me going away to wherever to go and have to pump. So again, everyone, there is going to be a part 3 to this, just so that I can get it all out. So please join me for part 3 of my mental and emotional health story time. All right, guys, it's coming right up. I promise. All right, bye.